Jamming with History. Written and read I Love Living My Dreams. Epilogue. 8 years later. Roman let out a sigh as the stylist touched up his face. Mom, they're going live in 5 minutes and I'm not missing my cue. I really have to go, he told his mother, who decided that now was actually the perfect time to call and check in on him. He wasn't really upset. Time zones were tricky. I just don't like that you are there on your own. Are you sure Virgil can't make it? She insisted. No, Mom, we've been over this. He's at the hospital. If anything, I should be with him, Roman argued. I know, she sighed. I'll be fine. It's not my first interview, Roman pointed out, nodding his thanks to the stylist and signaling the director's assistant that he'd seen him, indicating that he was on a clock. It is your first interview for a lead role in a Hollywood production. And now you are at the Sullivan, and your father and I are in Europe, and Virgil is back in Florida, and we should be there. I'm sorry, his mother said, tears clear in her voice. Roman could imagine his father squeezing her arm as he gave her a half embrace in comfort. You are. I talked with Virgil on the phone this afternoon, and you are wishing me good luck now. I have a whole box full of well wishes from the whole family, ours and the Sanders. Is here. I'm the happiest man on earth. Almost. He smiled as he felt a certain box burning a hole in his pocket. Carrying it around for weeks now, waiting for the perfect moment. But life was hectic nowadays. He and Virgil had made long distance work for them. With many calls and date nights on the weekends, they'd bridged the distance and the relationship had survived, despite attempts of certain tabloids to pit them against each other. And now they'd been living together for 4 years, and Woman felt it was high time they took the next step in their relationship. All he had to do was ask. And now, my guest, the rising star, Roman Fernandez! The late night show host announced, prompting Roman to walk on stage, wave at the live audience, and shake hands with the men before taking a seat. Roman, you are here to promote your first big main part in a movie. How are you feeling? The host asked. Over the moon, grateful, still kind of in disbelief, Roman answered with a smile. You have had plenty of supporting roles, both on the stage and on the big screen, and you have quickly become what one could call one of America's sweethearts. What would you say is the secret to your success? Woman smiled and thought over the right words for this answer. Well, I'm not going to lie. I was born with opportunities in my path already. I'm lucky that way. I did the work, and I'd like to think I have some actual talent, but I got some of the more notable roles I did because I have people in my life who could make the right introductions and point me down the right avenues, he explained. And not a day goes by where I'm not grateful for the life I have, he added. This got him some approving shouts from the crowd. The host smiled and moved on to a few more softball questions about the movie he was in. It was a musical, and Roman happily gushed about the director and the co-stars and the dance numbers and some behind-the-scenes funny moments. Then it went into his personal life. You have been very public about your relationship with Virgil Sanders. It is rare to see one of you appear in public without the other present in some shape or form, the host noted. Woman nodded. Virgil is sorry he couldn't make it today, but he'd already made a commitment to the children's hospital prior to our invitation, he offered. Completely understandable. You two have a very busy careers with a lot of eyes on both of you. How do you feel that affects your relationship? Roman didn't really like these kinds of questions, but he knew they'd be asked. The same it would other couples. We support each other in our dreams and offer comfort in our hard times, he stated. Virgil has been a wonderful hype man throughout this project. He's put up with my late night rehearsings and bouts of research mania. I probably should do something nice for him once the premiere is behind us, he mused. Aw, Princey, I love you too. Roman jumped up and spun around. There on the screen was his wonderful, amazing, heartbreakingly beautiful boyfriend. Virgil! He exclaimed happily.
The crowd awed. Hey there, the kids are all tucked in, and I thought I'd drop in on your first big interview, he winked. He loved this man to pieces. Give a hand to Virgil Sanders, everyone, the host announced. Thanks for having me, Virgil nodded. Very quick for those who aren't familiar with you somehow. You are a competitive swimmer, a very successful model for the Fernandez brand and many other things, a freelance artist, and an advocate for many good causes, the host surmised. And the lucky bastard who's dating Roman Fernandez, Virgil winked. Shut up, Roman grinned. The audience laughed. Virgil, America has fallen in love with you as you faced the press and public life with a sense of humor and confidence one can only admire. We all cheered you on when you made your bid for a medal in the Olympics, and we loved seeing you boys celebrate the bronze. And then, of course, there was that second try for gold 2 years ago. We are all so happy to see you back in the pool again after all that, the host noted. Virgil just nodded, and Roman wished he could hug him. The recurrence. They'd know it was a possibility, but when it happened, it had been devastating. The testimony you and your loved ones and even more casual acquaintances shared. I couldn't imagine doing such a thing, the host insisted. They shared the video diaries on separate social media accounts that they only made available for each other once Virgil was back in remission. They wanted to tell their story, to show the hardships of the diagnosis, to help families see that it was normal. Virgil kept it together until they got to the entries his parents made when they watched them all. It had been cathartic, though, to talk about the fights and the treatments and the moments of beauty and hope. And their followers had been so lovely. Like the host said, many people in their life shared their perspectives when it felt appropriate, even the occasional coworker. It had been touching to see the people in their lives share their love and care and hope like that. It had also been when Roman first started to think about proposing. Well, it saved us the trouble of telling a dozen journalists how we were doing 1,000,000 times over. No offense, Virgil joked. Roman pursed his lips, not very fond of this defense mechanism of his boyfriend. None taken. On to a cheerier topic. What would you say was Roman's first step down the road of success? The host asked. Virgil made a show of thinking it over. Well, I'd say that there was that one video he made that made the rest of the world realize that he was more than just a pretty face. Like a week before he asked me to prom. Remember, Roman? Virgil smirked. Roman rolled his eyes. You mean the song I wrote for you? And then had professional recorded for her 5 year anniversary? The one you beg me to sing for you again at least once a week? Virgil nodded. That's the one, he stated. Well, we were going to ask you to sing something for us. How about you take us back to the song where it started? The host wondered, and the audience cheered loudly. Well, how could I refuse? Roman allowed, as he got up and headed to the stage under roaring applause. He sent the screen where Virgil was still visible a quick blow kiss before facing the audience. Music started to play, and he brought his microphone to his lips, and he sang. He sang with the love he felt for his partner. He sang with all the wonderful memories they had together. He sang with hope for the ones they had yet to make. It was nice to hear the crowd chant, Count me in, along with him. Finally, he sang the last lines as softly and lovingly as he could, and then he heard another voice behind him. Now you get every part. Roman spun around, and there he was, Virgil, looking handsome in a suit and holding a box. No, my work is out for all to see. Woman, you have my heart. He knelt down and showed what was inside. So will you marry me? A ring, a lovely gold ring with a purple and red stone, and oh gosh! And he was looking at him hopefully, and it was very quiet. Come in, Roman breathed in absolute disbelief. offering his hand to which Virgil put a ring on his finger. Once it was secure, Roman pulled him up and kissed him fiercely, much to the delight of the audience. You proposed to me on live television, Roman said a little while later as they got in the car, so incredulous that it came out as a question. Their airtime had been up and they hadn't wasted a single moment heading home. Yeah, a grand gesture, you know? Virgil shrugged. Roman kissed him. He freaking loved this man. His fiancée. Did our parents know? He asked as he pulled back. Then he had already started to drive them to their home. Yes, your mom called to make sure you suspected nothing. We have a dinner with both sets tomorrow to gush about the ring and try to keep them from planning the whole thing in our stead, Virgil explained. Roman shook his head in disbelief. I loved it. You are perfect, he breathed. Virgil shook his head. Agree to disagree, he smiled. Roman wasn't even going to argue. Pizza. I'm ordering pizza. We are going to cuddle on the rooftop porch swing and watch the sunset while eating cheese pizza, he announced. I love you, Virgil grinned as he visibly relaxed. They could, of course, go to a fancy restaurant to celebrate, and they would do that too, but after planning a surprise like this for Lord knows how long, Virgil would want to stay in and decompress. And so Roman ordered their favorites from their favorite place. They had seen the announcement and had just been waiting on their call to put their pies in the oven. They thanked Danny for the ride right when the delivery came. They tipped generously and headed to the roof. Most of their pizza was gone when Virgil finally spoke. I think I want to serve pizza at the wedding. It's what we had on our first date, he nodded. Oh, so now my birthday, not a date, is a date, huh? You change your mind on that every few months, I swear, Roman chuckled. So that's a yes to pizza? Virgil probed. Anything you want, my love, Roman assured him, playing with the box in his pocket. Virgil, I am so thankful for having you in my life. Every time I think I have a grasp on my feelings for you, something happens or you do something, and I find this whole new way to love you. He got up and knelt down to show Virgil his box. No freaking way, Virgil whispered wide-eyed. I want to show you and the world that my love is true and unconditional. When you get sick, there were times when you thought I should not want to be with you anymore, that you were not worth the effort somehow. Virgil, you are worth everything, and if you'll have it, this ring will forever remind you of this, he said as he opened the box, showing a silver and gold band woven together and encircling purple and red stone in an infinity sign. Will you marry me? He asked, only to be promptly tackled to the ground in a searing kiss. He was going to take that as a yes. So that was it. Yeah, the boys are engaged and they'll live happily ever after. And I hope you do too. So see you in another story. Bye.